Hi there, welcome back. So in today's video, we're going to use all of these molds. Beautiful scallop shaped or clamshell shaped molds, the lovely ribbed pot, the oval tray, a couple of these conch shells, and there you go, we've got another scallop or pearl shell down the bottom there. Going to use these lovely different shades of blue mica powders from Temu, colour code C, and the lovely brilliant or crystal white Arteza mica powder. Everything that we use will be linked in our description box with any discount codes and coupon bundles. So here we have this beautiful, I don't know how to describe this. Is it Aegean Sea that's in Greece with all the lovely Greek islands? It just reminds me of that. Holidays to Greece, beautiful blue, crystal blue, with a little bit of sparkle, of course. And just applying it there using a regular, just dry paintbrush. Just obviously make sure your paintbrush the bristle part is nice and clean. Our brushes are very well used, I'm afraid. So the handle part not so clean, but the bristles always are, and make sure that it is a dry brush. So there we go, just finished applying it in. I just put some in and then brushed it all over. Now that was the lid part of this beautiful ribbed pot. Now what we've done with the pot part of it is we've turned the mold inside out, and we're just using the same thing. We're applying it to the mold using the dry paintbrush. There we go. So just making sure, give a liberal coating of it all. Don't forget, if you've seen our previous video with the hydroponic vase and the beautiful gold rid pot, this is the same mould, but obviously using a different mica powder. There we go. Look at that. Stunning. Lovely, lovely little sparkles, hints of glitter. And now this is the other colour. And I've decided to use, it looks like we've got a bit of residue of mica powder on there, this lovely sort of, it's a pale greyish blue. I love these moulds. These shell moulds are divine. Very much Art Deco, 1920s style kind of theme going on with these. Look at that. So that's it fully coated. Just did exactly the same as I did before with the pot. Now here's the third colour. This is a grey, bluey, I want to say violety colour. There we go. Iolite, this reminds me of. So if any of you know about semi-precious gemstones and crystals, probably heard of iolite. So this is what that reminds me of. And look at that. These are very, very sparkly. Now, apologies for the camera, the lighting. I don't know why this has got a hazy sheen to it, unless it's because of all the mica powder. But I'm not sure. Oh, and I did get rid of that hair. There we go. So this is this beautiful crystal or brilliant white Arteza mica powder on the other clam or pearl shell. It's stunning, absolutely stunning. There we go. So almost done with that one. And once you've found that you've got enough of a coating, don't forget to turn these molds upside down and give them a little tap to get rid of any residue. Look at that. Reminds me of strings of pearls. Beautiful. Now this is one of the conch shells, and we're using a slightly darker blue. We are just again applying it using the brush, and that's it the wrong way. That's it inside out, and I did obviously turn the mold back the other way before doing this. Now this is, apologies if this is a bit repetitive for you, there's a lot of video footage where I'm just applying the powders, but I thought you'd like to see this. Now going to handle this tray slightly differently. Didn't concentrate on just using one of the lovely shades of mica powder that we've used in everything else that I've shown you so far. Decided to go for, I wonder if you can guess what technique or what effect. Look at that, just turning it inside out, making sure that I've got every little bit of that section. Of course, you don't have to do what I'm doing. You can just do it all in one colour. You don't have to use mica powders. You can just use our ideas. It's just an idea for you. This is what we did. You can do exactly the same, or you can adapt it to suit your own theme, decor, and so on. There we go. Look, change of colour. So for those of you who've guessed it already, yes, I'm going for an ombre style with this mould. So just applying this beautiful crystal blue colour. Blue, in case you hadn't realised already, is actually my favourite colour. What's your favourite colour? Why don't you drop us a comment below and just say what your favourite colour is, or say what sort of shades you like to see this done in, what you think would look good. I also think that sort of oranges through to lemons and creams and then whites, and the same obviously with all the shades of reds and pinks would look equally stunning. And then maybe a mix of colours like purples and golds, or beautiful emerald greens and golds too would look gorgeous. So here we are with more of that sort of greyish, pale greyish blue colour. There you go. They do blend very nicely, these mica powders from Temu. We've got a whole set of them actually, lots of different colours. And they've come in very convenient little screw lids, little round pots with screw lids that then form the base of the next colour up, and so on. As I said, there's be a link into the description, in our description box, as to the product itself, and also details for any discount codes we have for Temu. And also we have discount codes there for a company called Panda Hall, who do a similar sort of range of products to Temu. There we go. But Panda Hall, for all your crafting supplies, jewellery making supplies. They don't do household supplies though. Temu, as you probably all know by now, do a range of everything and anything. There we go. So almost done with the tray. We've just got to do the final colour. I did clean my brush in between each application as well. So here we go, final bit, the beautiful, brilliant white or crystal white mica by Arteza. Putting that on, tap, 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 got rid of the residue, and there it is. Look at that, all nicely blended. So the resin is a 1-to-1 mixing ratio. I'm going to pour a small amount in. The resin brand we're using is Ghoule. That's Ghguole. We are. And I am literally going to repeat what I've done with dusting them with the mica. So I used the same colour that I dusted that shell mould with. I put into the resin, stirred it up, and here we go. Look at that. Now obviously this is going to give a more concentrated colour than what was dusted onto the shell mould itself, but the overall result is absolutely stunning. Now with these moulds, you need to make sure that you are letting the resin sink down, make its way down to the bottom of the edges of the mould and into all the little nooks and crannies and details. Do what I'm doing there, give it a squidge. So give it a little bit of a squidgy-widgy, or even a, what is it, to quote Steve McDonald, a tappy-wappy. If you've seen Steve McDonald and his crafting channels, that's what he calls it, squidgy-widgy, tappy-wappy. Hilarious, absolutely hilarious. But this is then the second mould. This is the conch style shell. This is this very much deeper, darker blue. Look at that. Blue, dark bluey purple. And then pouring this into this mould. It is the same mica that was used to dust this mould. This one is, I think, possibly one of my... I like all these when they're done. I love them. I love the whole process. I love seeing the way things just evolve, the way your creations evolve, and the final project and then the result. And of course, like a lot of people, I'm quite impatient when it comes to just waiting for things to cure. I always demold the following day when really I should leave it a full 24 hours. But you know me, you should know me by now, and Wayne on this channel. We can never quite leave it long enough. But it's absolutely fine. As long as it's dry and not tacky to the touch, you should be fine. So here we go with this lovely Aegean Sea or Mediterranean blue sea colour. Definitely reminds me of holidays in Greece. And then here we go with this lovely greyish, I don't know what you call it, greyish blue or greyish not lavender, probably mauve or violet colour. I love that colour too. I'm already imagining lots of other things that we could use these mica powders for in the resin, mixing them into the resin and so on. There we are, a little bit of squidge, little bit of a squidge and so on. This is just to encourage the resin to get into all the fine detail, so you don't get any air bubbles trapped, and it also makes sure that any of the air bubbles that might be there will eventually come up to the surface and pop. If they do not pop of their own accord, you give it a spray with some, give it a bit of a spritz and a spray with some isopropyl alcohol. Or you can use a long-necked lighter just to apply a little bit of heat. Do not use a torch. I mean like a torch, not obviously a battery-operated torch, a flame torch, because you may set the resin on fire and you may cause it to fuse to the mould, and then you'll have to throw the mould away. So this is this beautiful crystal white again. Gorgeous. Pouring it in. Thank you if you're still with me. I appreciate this is a rather lengthy video, but we have made quite a lot. This is a collection of things, and you'll see the full effect at the end. Now, I decided to use up some leftover resin that we'd got by making a seahorse on the right there, and also some lovely shells, miniature shells, and little starfish and so on. And then went in and did another seahorse with a beautiful crystal white resin. Obviously, if you haven't got resin left over, you don't need to do this step, but we did, and I thought I'd just show you. Now, had a little bit more resin left. Still needed to fill up this lovely oval tray mould or trinket tray mould, so used it up, filled it up with some of this lovely crystal white mica powder pigmented resin. Take care, of course, when you're using resin and pouring resin. Take as much time as you need, obviously within the working time allowed for the resin. It's usually, with this brand, it's up to 40 minutes. It will start to get thicker, so do watch out so it doesn't flash cure, and then if it flash cures, it's no good to anybody. Now, this mould I didn't show you in the opening shot because I had so much resin left. I thought, you know what, I'm going to use this as well. Why not? Let's just do a big collection. So I've dusted it with the mica powders, tried to go for the ombre look, although I've realised at this point then that I've actually made a mistake. But I thought, you know, what the heck, let's just proceed onwards. So did the ombre on the inside of the mould. I turned it inside out and did the colour gradation there, and put all of white in the lid part of this. Now, can you guess what this is going to be? I wonder. I wonder. We've made something similar before, different shape and size though. There we go. So this is the following day. As I said, I'm too impatient. This is the little round lid part of the ribbed pot mould. And when I made it in gold, I made a mistake and didn't use gold coloured resin. But in this one, I did make it. We got a little bit of clean up to do around the edges of it. But the idea is that little lid sits as like a stopper in the pot. So there we go. Here we are. It's nicely cured, by the way, at this point. It's lovely. It's firm to the touch, hard to the touch, not tacky. So it's absolutely fine to go ahead and demold. So pull it gently down and then twist and pull and twist and pull, and it will release from the mould. Look at that. It's beautiful. I think it looks like mercury glass. I don't know if you know that. Absolutely stunning. And here we are with the little lid. See, I think that's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Look lovely with the gold one. Here we are. Here's one of the deeper coloured bluey purples, the conch shell. Look at that. There's no air bubbles, which is brilliant. This colour, wow. Look at that, showing up all the details. So you could put anything in there. You could put it in, you could put jewellery, I think, earrings or something like that. Or you could just have it as decoration. Anywhere in your home that you might have, say, a seaside beachy theme, would look lovely in a bathroom. Absolutely lovely. But look equally as lovely as anywhere, like perhaps if you have a holiday home, or you've got by the beach somewhere, if you're lucky enough, or even if you just happen to live by the beach or on the coast, near the seaside, you know, this would be quite a nice theme or quite a nice thing to have just as some little interior pieces and accessories for your home. I love that. That's beautiful colour. See how much deeper that resin, once you've put it in it and you've used the coloured mica that corresponds with the colour I dusted the mould, how much of a deeper, richer colour it is. There we go. There we are. Of course, you don't have to colour the resin. You could just use it clear and pour it in. You would have a more of a translucent looking dish or tray or pot though. There we go. So as you can see, it's bendy. This one comes out and that edging there on the shell is bendy, but you just reshape it with your hands. It's absolutely fine to do so. So we have got a couple of little like air holes there. It's fine. It hasn't come all the way through to the front, but look at that. That has got a metallic sheen to it. And here we are with the beautiful white, sort of pearlized, crystal white mica powder. This is this one. These were a little bit tricky. I've forgotten how much they cling to the resin, but that's obviously what you want it to do. So there we are, just a little bit of reshaping required. Fantastic. Can't see any air holes or little pockets in that one. A little bit of clean up to do there, just a little bit of filing down. And look at that. That's stunning again. It's got very much a pearlized metallic look to that too. The two of them together look stunning. Absolutely stunning. Here's the oval trinket tray, the ombre style. So really hoping that this has worked. I think it has. Again, carefully peeling away the edge of the mould. This one did come away quite easy. Yeah. We're almost towards the end, folks, I promise. Almost. Look at that. That is stunning. That had exactly the effect I was going for. A little bit of clean up required around the edge there. Just take off that slightly sharp edge to it. But that's beautiful. So the idea is that you put the blue ribbed pot on it, and perhaps maybe a little vase if you've made a vase, or another little pot. So this is the one that I didn't show you at the beginning. So this is the surprise one. So I thought, why not? In for a penny, in for a pound, as they say. Let's do it all. Do it as a whole collection. So this eventually will be on our website, available for purchase. It's a lot of work building a website, particularly if you're trying to do it yourselves without giving it to a website designer. Please bear with us, please be patient, but a lot of what we have made, if not already previously sold, will be available soon on that website. So there we go, we're just twisting and pulling. Now, that's looking good, that bit there. There are a couple of little air holes that have appeared. The only thing is we've got two here. Now we will go back and we will repair those, so you won't realise then that they're there at all. That's the lid. Here is the base part. Look, there we go. We've got the ombre look. Unfortunately, I did want it the opposite way. I did want the darker colour at the bottom and the lighter one at the top, but never mind. It works. There we go. Now, here we go. Next shot. There we go. We've put the dispenser part on it. It is a soap or hand lotion dispenser. And here are the miniature shells and starfish that I used the leftover blue resin, bluey coloured resin that we had for. And here's it, the same thing done in the crystal white. Obviously it got quite a bit of tidy up to do with overspill there. Now I'm trying to show you a bit of what you could do with these. So you could then use them, you could glue them using any good glue, super glue obviously, make sure it's suitable for use with resin, and you could have them as an extra bit of detail on the soap dispenser. And you could also put a white one on top of the lovely little stopper lid for the pot. So just an extra little idea there if that's what you wanted to do. Well, if you've seen our video for the gold lotus, the gold pot, you'll have seen I made a lotus flower, which is on the top of that one. Now, here are the seahorses. So just demoulding them. Go careful when you demould these because of those extra detail in the tail. It's still soft, this resin, although it's not tacky. So you've just got to be a bit careful you don't pull them or split them or anything like that. But obviously then I separated these. I'm just going to show you, look, a little bit of a close-up there. And that's how you could decorate this. how you could give this oval tray a little bit of extra something, or you could even apply them as long as they're not too big, on the slant or vertically to the soap dispenser. So I think either way they both look stunning. I might just go over these though with some UV resin just to bring back their shine a bit. The mould that I used was a matte mould. So here is the final shot. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I know it's been longer than our usual. Thank you for staying tuned. Thank you for watching, liking, sharing, subscribing. Don't forget to hit the notification bell, and we will see you again in a couple of days' time. Collaboration coming up along with Claire's Crafty Corner on Saturday. So hope you enjoy that too. So that'll be a week tomorrow. Take care, everyone. Goodbye.